Hello everyone, Cousin here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1494 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for July 22nd, 2025. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1494. I'm gonna start with the word board. Alright, it's got the B and R green, so I've placed these two letters and the first and third letter respectively. So it has to be a vowel separating the B and R. Maybe BA or BU? Um, I mean, what goes before that? I mean, what goes after that, though? It could be birth. It could just be one vowel. And I think birth is actually a pretty decent guess. It could also be burst. But birth came to my mind first, so let's try that. What if it's really burst? Ooh, okay, interesting. So it's BUR something T. It's burnt. No way. I started with this word yesterday. Nah, this is such a joke. I started with burnt yesterday, and it's the Wordle answer today. So if I had guessed burnt today instead of yesterday for the first guess, I would have got it in the first try. So wow. But I'll take it. I mean, it's not that bad. Fourth guess is alright. So I did manage to um place two letters on the first guess already. Immediately knew the second letter was a vowel and just had to finish up the end. So yeah, I got today's Wordle answer, burnt, in 4 tries. This is Wordle number 1494. Let's now move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is July 22nd, 2025. Let's start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. Well, I see that these fours force the digit 4 into this cell in block 3. Then these 5s points down, this cell sees another 5. So in block 9, the digit 5 is forced into this cell, then these 5s point left. Okay, in block 6, the digits 1 and 7 are missing. This 1 and this 7 force both 1 and 7 into these two cells only in block 6. So in order to fit both 1 and 7 into block 6, I have to make these two cells reserved for 1 and 7. So these two cells form the 1-7 pair, which eliminates all other digits from these two cells. In other words, the other three open cells in block 6 form a 3-6-8 triple. This cell sees a 3 and this cell sees a 6. Alright, and this 3-6-8 triple makes the other two open cells in column 7 a 2-9 pair. But this cell sees a 9. So 9 and 2 this way. If you didn't spot the 1-7 pair first, I guess you could have placed the 9 directly for column 7. You can place the 9 and followed by the 2, and you'll it's the same result. You'll find the 3-6-8 triple and then the 1-7 pair. So the order doesn't matter if you spot one of them. If you spot one of the ends, you're gonna spot the whole thing. So order doesn't matter. Spot one of them, spot all. Alright. And then these 9s, they point left. These 9s force the digit 9 into this cell in block 5. These 9s point up, and this cell sees another 9. Okay, these 2s points down, and this cell sees another 2. The digit 6 in block 9 is forced into one of these two cells. These 6s over here points up. These 3s point down to force the digit 3 into this cell in block 8. Okay, in column 5, 1 is a missing digit. This cell sees 1, and these 3 open cells also see 1. But 1 still has to go somewhere in this column because it's missing. So in column 5, the digit 1 is forced into this cell, which also forces 1 into one of these two cells in block 8. Okay, after I place this 1, the digit 7 in block 2 is forced into row 1. 7 cannot go into these two cells in block 2, so 7 can only go into one of these two cells. It's guaranteed, and both of these two cells lie in the same row, row 1. So a hidden 7 here eliminates 7 from these two cells, because we've already got 7 in row 1. So after eliminating 7 from these two open cells, the digit 7 in block 3 is forced into column 9. Right, so first, because of this 7, the digit 7 in row 2 has to go into one of these two cells in row 1, which a hidden 7 here eliminates 7 from these two cells, and for block 3, 7 is forced into column 9, into one of these two cells which both lie in the same column. So a hidden 7 here eliminates 7 from this cell and resolves the 1-7 pair. Apart from 7 and 9, 3 and 8 are the other missing digits of block 3. Okay, so in row 2, the missing digits are 3, 5, 7, and 8. This cell sees 3, 7, and 8, so it means that it can only be a 5. Or you can think of block 2, 2, 5, 6, and 7 are the missing digits. This cell sees 2, 6, and 7, so it can only be a 5. This is what we call a naked single 5. Because, well, all cells, all cells must have a value. Each and every single cell must contain one digit, but if this cell cannot contain or it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9, well then this cell has to be a 5. I must put a 5 into this cell because 5 is the only possible digits which can go into this cell, and all other digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are eliminated from this cell. So 5 being the only possible digit that can go into this cell forces 5 into this cell. This is what we call a naked single 5. Then 5 goes into one of these two cells in block 5. 2, 6, and 7 are the missing digits of block 2. And in row 2, 3, 7, and 8 are the missing digits. This cell sees an 8. Okay, so this cell is also a naked single. I was just looking at column 5. The missing digits are 2, 4, 6, and 7, but this cell sees 2, 6, and 7. So it must be a 4. Again, you can always use this method to double check. Never actually use this method to search for every single cell one by one, though. That'll take you forever. Just look at rows or columns or blocks and find them by thinking of the missing digits, and this method is only to double check. Alright. So this cell sees or cannot contain 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So for the same concept as this naked single 5 over here, this cell can only contain a 4, and for that reason, I must make this a 4. Because all other digits 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 all cannot go into this cell. But I must ensure that this cell still has value, or there's still a digit that can go into this cell, and now 4 is the only possible one that can go into this cell, so I have to make a 4. I have to put a 4 into this cell. is the only possible digit. So again, a naked single 4, which forces 4 into one of these two cells in block 4, and 2, 6, and 7 are the missing digits of column 5. Four in block 8 is forced into one of these two cells. Hmm. Oh, okay, so in row 4, 1 is a missing digit, but this cell sees 1, this cell sees 1, and this cell also sees 1. So in row 4, the digit 1 is forced into this cell, because this is the only cell available for 1 in this row. So it has to go here. It's the only place for 1 in this row. All other open cells in this row cannot contain 1. So now these ones points down, and in row 7, for the same concept, the digit 1 is a missing digit, but all other open cells in this row, except this cell, see another 1. So the digit 1 in row 7 is forced into this cell, because all other open cells cannot contain 1, and this cell is the only cell available for 1 in this row. Now I can place 2 in this cell in block 9, which leaves a 3, 6, 8 triple in block 9, but this cell sees 3 and 8. So it can only be a 6, leaving 3 and 8 into the other two open cells. Now 2, 4, and 9 are missing from row 7, but 2 is forced into this cell, which forces 4 into this cell in block 8, and this cell sees a 4. So 4 and 9 this way to complete row 9. The digit 4 in block 4 is forced into this cell. Actually, all 4s are placed. That was the last 4. Um, 1, 6, and 8 are missing from block 8. This cell can't be a 2 anymore. This cell for the column is 1, 2, 6, or 8, but cannot be a 1. Oh, sorry, how did I miss the 6? Okay, so actually, 6 in block 8 is forced into this cell, then this cell sees a 1, so 1 and 8 this way. The digit 8 in block 5 is forced into this cell. Now, these cells for the column are 5, 6, and 7, but this cell sees 6 and 7. So for the column, this cell can only be a 5, leaving 6 and 7 into these two cells only. 3 and 8 for row 4. Okay, now, the digit 1 in block 7 is forced into this cell, which forces 5 into this cell, and then 3 and 7 are the missing digits of row 9. These 5 points left, and this cell sees another 5. So in block 4, the digit 5 is forced into this cell, then the last 5 in this Sudoku puzzle goes into this cell. Alright, 3-7 pair here makes these two cells a 2-9 pair. Because, again, this cell sees 2 and 9, so does this cell. So these two cells form a 2-9 pair in column 3, and the other two cells form a 3-7 pair. Hmm. Well, 9 in block 4 is forced into one of these two cells. Um, oh, okay, so in column 1, the missing digits are 3, 8, and 9. Oh, sorry, 3, 7, 8, and 9, right? 3, 7, 8, and 9 are the missing digits of column 1. But there's a hidden 7 here, eliminating 7 from this cell. Wait, I could have just... Am I blind? This cell is a 2 to complete the column. Oh my goodness, so it makes it even easier. So, at first I spotted the 389 triple up here, but I now realize that I can literally place a 2 in this cell. Okay, I can directly place 2 in this cell in block 1, and into this cell in block 4, which places the last 2 in this cell in block 5. Um, so this cell now becomes a 9 because of the 2-9 pair. It's resolved. And then 9 in block 4 is forced into this cell, which eliminates 9 from this cell, and it sees a 6. So 7 and 6 this way to complete the row. And, what next? Okay, for block 4, 3, 7, and 8 are the missing digits. This cell sees an 8, and this cell sees a 3. Okay, 9 in block 3 is forced into this cell. Alright, then in column 1, this cell sees a hidden 7, and this cell also sees 7. So the digit 7 in column 1 is forced into this cell, which makes this 3, 8, 3, 8. Just following the markings around this cell sees 8, so 3, 8, 3, 8, 7, 3. This cell cannot be a 3, sees 8, so 8 and 7, 7, 6, and this Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, so I finished today's New York Times Hot Sudoku in a bit over 17 minutes. So I would say this Sudoku puzzle is around the right difficulty. Mostly straightforward in hard difficulty, but I'll still go over the key spots as a quick summary. So I would say towards the beginning, the 1-7 pair in block 6 really helped. So the 1-7 pair in block 6 gave us 3, 6, and 8 in these two cells, and this 5 was placed early on, so I could directly place the 2 and 9 as well in the column. So, or you could have done it the other way around. First place these digits in column 7, and then the 368 triple, and still you would get the 1-7 pair in block 6. So, yeah, 1-7 pair in block 6 was one of the key spots. And then, later on, the hidden 7 in row 1, this really helps, because a hidden 7 here meant that there was also a hidden 7 in block 3 here, which resolved the pair, and does something else with, like, placing the 1 here, and etc. Later on, there were some naked singles which were quite key, such as this naked single 5 in block 2, row 2, column 6, and this naked single 4 in block 5, row 4, column 5. So these two naked singles, naked single 5 and naked single 4, were key spots as well, I would say. And I think towards the end, the 2-9 pair, the 3-7 pair in in column 3 helped quite a bit. So 3-7 pair or 2-9 pair in column 3 towards the end was also a key spot. So I think I've concluded everything. If you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you, and hopefully this video helped. So yeah, mostly straightforward. Today is July 22nd, 2025. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1494 and New York Times Hot Sudoku for today. I'll see you all next time. Bye!